What an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment. Last night was further proof as to why people don't watch pretend basketball. Last night was further proof as to why people do not respect the WNBA.
You know that awkward moment when even your own teammate cannot bear to watch you play anymore? That's exactly what happened to Angel Reese during the Chicago Sky's crushing defeat against the Liberty. While Reese struggled, repeatedly missing layups, cameras caught Kamilla Cardoso visibly pulling away from the group whenever Reese had the ball. Her body language said it all, and it's all on video. Could this be the beginning of the end for Reese with the Chicago Sky? Share your thoughts in the comments. Should the Sky consider trading her?
The Chicago Sky are already imploding from within. Fans are turning on the team. Kamilla Cardoso, oh no. Free Kamilla Cardoso. She is fed up with the Chicago Sky experiment. Tyler Marsh, once again, salute to you. You are doing the rest of the league a favor.
The Chicago Sky just made WNBA history, but not in a good way. This is the kind of record no team wants to be associated with. In just their first 2 games of the season, they've racked up a staggering minus 60-point differential. That might sound rough, but in WNBA terms, it's downright disastrous. No team in the league's history has ever opened a season this badly. It's a dramatic fall from playoff contenders to a total collapse in just 48 minutes of game time.
Had her worst professional basketball game, and I'm not even stretching that out. That's not me trying to be overly elaborate, trying to really make it sound awful. No, she was bad. 0 of 8 from the field, 12 rebounds, of which I believe 8 were offensive. It was a terrible showing.
Do you know what a minus 60-point differential really means? It means the team is getting crushed by an average of 30 points per game. In the WNBA, where most games are typically decided by just a few points, that kind of margin is unheard of. It makes you wonder if the Sky even belong on the same court as their competition. Even the worst season starts in WNBA history don't come close to this disaster. The previous record for a rough 2-game start was around minus 40, which means Chicago's current performance is 20 points worse than anything we've ever seen before.
Chicago Sky fans are officially going to war. They can't stand Tyler Marsh. Let's start here. Worst plus minus in all of the WNBA is, in fact, you guessed it, Angel Reese. 9 out of the 14, bottom 14 are Chicago players. How is Angel running point guard going? 5 turnovers, 0 assists. I don't see Tyler Marsh winning the Coach of the Year.
The game against the Liberty says it all about how far the Chicago Sky have fallen. New York came into Chicago's home court and absolutely dominated, winning 99-74. But what made the loss even more humiliating? The Liberty set a new WNBA regular season record by sinking 19 three-pointers. They were on fire from beyond the arc, while the Sky couldn't buy a basket. Chicago shot just 36.2% from the field as they watched New York drain 3 after 3 right over them all night long.
Thought Angel Reese was dedicating this season to winning. I thought she was focused on carrying the Chicago bravado to the promised land of golden toilets and bathrooms with running water. Hey y'all, it's me, Angel Reese. I'm dedicating this season to victory. I'm struggling to understand the end destination of this journey. I'm struggling to understand the winning that Angel Reese is talking about. Because 2 games into the season, the Chicago Bravado are losing by an average of 30 points. They're getting their ass kicked.
This wasn't how the story was supposed to go. Coming into the season, the Chicago Sky had real playoff ambitions. After pulling off a major offseason move to bring in Ariel Atkins, the blueprint looked solid. Combine Atkins' sharpshooting with Angel Reese's rebounding power, and you've got a team built for postseason action, but just 2 games in, that vision is unraveling fast. Instead of chasing a playoff berth, the Sky are facing fans already demanding changes. The gap between the preseason hype and the harsh reality on the court? Absolutely staggering.
Sky's minus 60-point diff is the worst through a team's first 2 games in WNBA history. It's real bad. And of course, last night we saw this, of course, is the stat patter extraordinaire. Of course, this was Angel Reese. She got blocked, I don't know how many times, by Jonquel Jones, who just wore her ass out. By the way, all them blocks, when she got the ball back, that's an offensive rebound. Certainly maybe the most embarrassing WNBA clip of all time. It's up there, unfortunately. For Angel Reese, there's many of those over time.
The stats don't lie, and they reveal a team in total disarray. When you're shooting this poorly and allowing opponents to set records against you, it's not just a rough patch, it's a full-scale system meltdown. The offensive woes are clear, but the defensive lapses are just as alarming. When a team collapses this dramatically, this early in the season, internal tensions are bound to surface, and that's exactly what unfolded during the blowout loss to the Liberty. As players watched teammate after teammate miss shots while New York celebrated a record-breaking performance, frustration quickly set in. The cameras caught every bit of it, and what they exposed about the Sky's chemistry is jaw-dropping. We'll dive into Kamilla Cardoso's reaction shortly, but first, let's take a closer look at just how tough Angel Reese's night really was.
Angel Reese last night against the New York Liberty, one of the worst games she's played as a professional, takes that out on the referee.
Angel Reese didn't score a single field goal against the Liberty, missing all 8 of her shot attempts. But that 0 on the stat sheet is just the surface of a much deeper issue. Across her first 2 games, she's shooting a dismal 5 for 22 from the field. That's a shooting percentage so low, it would raise eyebrows at the high school level, let alone in the pros. And these aren't tough, contested shots either. These are the kinds of looks that any professional player should be converting with ease.
Are you starting to understand why I make fun of this league? Are you starting to understand why the WNBA struggles to draw an audience based on the product on the court? There are missed shots, bad plays, but in the NBA, missed layups are the exception, not the norm. Last night, Angel Reese played 27 minutes. Angel Reese had 12 rebounds, with 8 coming on the offensive end. 8 offensive rebounds. Angel Reese went 0 for 8 from the field and scored 2 points. 2 points in 27 minutes.
This is where things get really rough for Reese. Her biggest struggle has been finishing at the rim, where she's only made 4 out of 17 shots within 5 feet of the basket, a shooting percentage of just 23.5%. In other words, she's missing 3 out of every 4 shots right under the basket. During the game against the Liberty, fans watched in disbelief as she missed several layups, leaving even her own teammates shaking their heads on the sidelines.
This is all part of the myth that I'm supposed to believe that Angel Reese is some great player, that she's the rival of Caitlin Clark, and that Indiana Fever fans taunted her with racial taunts, and people are actually believing it, buying it, and selling it. It's all a myth and a lie, and you have to be a part of some religious cult to actually believe that Angel Reese is some sort of effective, big-time basketball superstar.
The turnover problem only makes things worse for Reese. She currently leads the entire WNBA with 10 turnovers in just 2 games. Every time she handles the ball, there's a real risk she'll lose it to the other team. These aren't minor errors either. They're careless passes and lost dribbles that hand easy scoring chances to opponents. Her teammates are watching promising possessions vanish because their supposed star player can't maintain control. When you compare Reese's offensive efficiency to other forwards in the league, the gap is glaring. Most WNBA forwards shoot around 45% from the field, but Reese is sitting at just 22.7%. This isn't just worrying, it's historically bad, especially given her role and the expectations placed on her.
Bench. Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
The viral clip that got everyone talking showed Reese missing several layups in a row, even after grabbing her own offensive rebounds. Fans on social media were stunned, with one person tweeting, "Is this real or somehow in a loop?" showing just how unbelievable the sequence seemed. The video quickly led to accusations of stat padding, as critics wondered if she was more focused on collecting rebounds than actually making shots.
Angel Reese can rebound and has an attitude and has trolled Caitlin Clark into some sort of relevance. And there's this racial protection of Angel Reese. Somehow she's important, and somehow anything that bad happens to her, because I'm sure what we're going to hear is like, well, she's struggling offensively because of all the stress she's dealing with. She's created this stress by trolling Caitlin Clark and by trying to pick fights with Caitlin Clark and by jumping up and getting in Caitlin Clark's face, and is going to end in embarrassing fashion.
These offensive struggles aren't occurring in isolation. When your star player goes 0, 4, 8 in a home game and misses easy layups, team chemistry begins to break down. The frustration is visible on the bench as teammates watch scoring chances slip away. Once players start doubting their teammates' ability to make simple shots, the whole offense falls apart. That's exactly what the cameras captured with Kamilla Cardoso during the game.
The person who should be throwing temper tantrums on the Chicago Sky, that person should be this woman right here. That person should be Kamilla Cardoso. Look at the frustration oozing out of Kamilla Cardoso. She gets a switch. Natasha Cloud, she's posting her up. We can't get an entry pass to Kamilla Cardoso.
The cameras didn't miss a thing during the Liberty blowout, and what they captured of Kamilla Cardoso's reaction speaks volumes about the Sky's team chemistry. Every time Angel Reese touched the ball and missed yet another shot, Cardoso could be seen physically moving away from the rest of the bench. This wasn't just subtle frustration. It was a clear, deliberate act of distancing herself while witnessing the offensive collapse unfold right in front of her.
If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I am upset with how this offense is looking. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still can't manage to get an entry pass. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still need to deal with this type of amateurism in the WNBA. The Angel Reese shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss experiment. Okay, this is where Kamilla Cardoso, look, pass it out. Look at Kamilla Cardoso on the bottom of your screen here. Pass it out. Kick it out. Let me shoot a midi. How many attempts do we need at the same shot? Over and over and over and over again.
Cardoso's reaction in the third quarter was especially revealing. After Reese missed her third shot in a row, you could see Cardoso's shoulders slump as she shifted her spot on the bench. She went from sitting with the team to deliberately creating space between herself and the others. For someone known league-wide for her professionalism, this kind of visible frustration says a lot. It's a clear sign of just how fractured things have become in Chicago.
Reports came out that Kamilla Cardoso was sold on the Tyler Marsh signing. Rumor came out that Kamilla Cardoso wasn't excited, wasn't too pleased with how Teresa Weatherspoon was using her last year. So when she heard Tyler Marsh, when she got a sniff of Tyler Marsh possibly coming on board, they talked, laid out the game plan. Kamilla Cardoso was bought in. Kamilla Cardoso was drinking the Kool-Aid, eating what Tyler Marsh was feeding her. But again, sold a fake bill of goods.
What makes all of this even more significant is that Cardoso is not the type to show emotion during games. She's known for keeping her cool, no matter what's happening on the court. So, when a player with that kind of calm demeanor can't hide her frustration, especially on live television, you know things have hit a boiling point. Her visible disappointment wasn't subtle, and fans immediately picked up on it. Veteran point guard Courtney Vandersloot didn't sugarcoat the team's issues either. Speaking to reporters after the game, she said, "A lot of them are just dumb plays. Offensively, we haven't found a groove yet. We're a little out of rhythm. It'll come with time. We need to work on our offensive chemistry." She also highlighted problems with floor spacing, adding, "We're trying to figure out our spacing. We haven't figured out how to position our post players in a way that really works for us."
Worst part about this Kamilla Cardoso last night is you seeing her visibly giving up on her team here. Look at this. Look at this. Kamilla Cardoso literally walking towards the New York Liberty bench. Walking towards the New York Liberty bench. Like, hey, Brianna, Sabrina, scoot over a little bit. Let me take a seat. Hey, Sandy, is there any room on the bench for me? Can you guys use an extra player? Can I switch jerseys and see how I fit on this team?
These aren't the words of a team that believes in its system or each other. When your veteran leader is openly calling plays dumb and admitting the team can't even figure out basic spacing, it points to a locker room full of rising tension. The lack of cohesion is creating a toxic atmosphere where players are stepping on each other's toes instead of playing as a unit. Successful WNBA teams rally around struggling teammates during tough stretches. They find ways to generate easier looks and keep energy on the bench positive. But the Sky? They're doing the opposite. Their body language suggests they've already lost faith in each other, just 2 games into the season. When players can't hide their frustration on live television, it's a clear sign the issues go far beyond poor shooting. Meanwhile, across the league, other teams are proving what true chemistry looks like, even when facing adversity.
The Bravado don't need skilled players throughout their roster. They have Angel Reese. According to the media, Angel Reese is the equivalent of Caitlin Clark. Prepare yourself to be mesmerized at the elite athleticism of Angel Reese.
The Sky are crumbling and doing it in front of a national audience. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are showing the league what resilience and real teamwork look like. After falling to the Atlanta Dream earlier in the week, the Fever didn't fall apart. They regrouped, refocused, and came back strong, dominating Atlanta in their rematch. It wasn't just a win, it was a message. When players lift each other up instead of pulling apart, they bounce back stronger. That's the difference between a team in crisis and a team building something special.
I'm proud of our fight, the toughness that we showed, our ability to stay together. Our bench was really engaged in every timeout and in every huddle. We were all engaged.
The way the Fever responded to that initial loss tells you everything about their team chemistry. Rather than pointing fingers or showing frustration, they used the defeat as fuel to improve. You could clearly see players like Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell rallying around Caitlin Clark during timeouts and in-between plays. And when Atlanta's defense turned up the pressure, Clark's teammates stepped up, creating space, setting screens, and finding ways to help her get quality shots.
Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull are the real deal. That's what it does look like. It looks like these two off the bench, you can name whoever you want. These two ladies off the bench are going to be the most impactful duo in the WNBA, hands down. Hands down, these two are going to be the most impactful duo in the WNBA off the bench. They bring the energy, they bring the heat, they're able to score, they play defense.
Social media lit up after Caitlin Clark's bounce-back performance, with even LeBron James fan accounts praising her resilience and leadership. The buzz around Indiana's future is growing stronger with every game. While Sky fans are already calling for drastic changes just 2 games into the season, the Fever are building something far more valuable: momentum. Confidence is contagious, and so is chemistry. And in Indiana, both are on the rise. The contrast couldn't be sharper. While the Fever look like a team on the rise, playing together and trusting each other, the Sky are unraveling in real time. Indiana's players believe in their system. Their star shows up in big moments, and their bench radiates unity. Meanwhile, Chicago can't make it through a single home game without teammates showing visible frustration on camera. One team is laying the foundation for something great. The other is collapsing under pressure. That's the difference. And it's why 2025 looks like it belongs to Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, not Angel Reese and a Chicago Sky squad falling apart from within.
Turning your back to your team, walking away from the active plays going on, walking away from the actual basketball action. Yeah, Kamilla Cardoso is not a happy camper over there in Chicago, and I don't blame her. Again, this is another year of the same nonsense.
When your own teammates can't even bear to watch you play, it's time to face some hard truths. Kamilla Cardoso's visible frustration on live TV says it all. Angel Reese is losing the trust of her team. You can't go 0 for 8 and still expect your teammates to have your back. While the Fever are rising, building real chemistry and momentum, the Sky are falling apart from the inside. Caitlin Clark has her squad lifting her up when the pressure hits, while Reese is left watching her teammates physically drift away on the bench point. 2025 is looking like Caitlin Clark's year, and unless Angel Reese makes some serious changes, she might get left behind. Let us know in the comments, should the Sky consider trading Reese? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a moment. Click the video on your screen now, and we'll see you in the next one.